Every powerful villain with an army just as strong is nearly unstoppable. But they always seem to have those two idiots that always ruin everything they have planned out. Like Scratch and Grounder, the Super Special Sonic Search and Smash Squad, and Bebop and Rocksteady, the 1980 Shredder's Beasts of Burden. I'm one fish mob, and it's my job to see who would win in a fight. Dr. Ivo Robotnik, the arch-rival of Sonic the Hedgehog, bent on taking over all of the planet with his powerful robot armada, but in the end, he's always defeated not just by Sonic, but by his two biggest mistakes, Scratch and Grounder. Created to be a part of Robotnik's Super Special Sonic Search and Smash Squad, with the intention of making powerful, undefeatable robots that bow to his every whim, but instead he got two machines that'd be better off in his junkyard of misfit tech that usually foils his plans through accident and their idiocracy. But the duo are confident enough to always make it back alive. I guess that is something. Leading the duo is Scratch, the very first SSSSSS member, making him the de facto leader. He was designed as a robotic chicken to cower under Robotnik's authority, but unlike his partner, he was not programmed or given any tools for combat. In fact, he doesn't even carry a single-handed weapon. Instead, he prefers using equipment made by Robotnik to test them out. Thus, he is usually the first one to be given new tech, and thus, he and his partner are able to operate it and test it out on the field itself. Up next is Grounder. It is unknown of what creature Grounder represents, but he is definitely the all-purpose tool of the team. Contained within him is pretty much everything anyone has ever needed or wanted. Boxing gloves, nets, spatulas, even pumpkins. But his most used tool are his drill hands. He prefers having these out almost 24/7 as opposed to anything else. Both Scratch and Grounder, despite being idiots, make up for their lack of intelligence with great resilience. They've received an enormous amount of punishment in their time. They've been dismembered multiple times, blown up, melted into a puddle, sacrificed to a volcano with no signs of damage or melting, and have even temporarily caught/stopped Sonic. And Scratch has used his on and off silver tongue to get out of punishment from Robotnik. But Scratch and Grounder are still pieces of misfit tech. Both are incomprehensibly stupid. Scratch was accidentally programmed to be too chicken of everything, and both have been dismantled over and over again many times. And Robotnik is the only one to put them back together, each and every time. It makes you wonder why he just doesn't scrap them for something better. All in all, Robotnik could use Scratch and Grounder as distractions for Sonic as he takes over the world, but for what Robotnik wanted them to be, they might as well just be scrapped. The Foot Clan. Massive stealth and masters of thievery. Rivals of the Turtles, their leader needed a second in command. Just as strong. And they ended up with a duo that ended up making the long-lasting character trope of the bumbling criminals under the rule of someone competent, Bebop and Rocksteady. But before they were Shredder's henchmen, they were volunteers for a procedure that would give them superhuman powers. But they learned too late that Shredder was turning them into mutants. One was mutated with warthog DNA, while the other was given rhinoceros DNA. They took to their mutation very hard, but accepted what fate dealt as they became Shredder's errand boys, and also his enforcers. The first of the titular two is the Warthog Bebop, a large humanoid warthog who was tall, thin, yet athletic before becoming a mutant. When he fights, he uses a dance fighting style in conjunction with his partially fused high-tech suit. He's the tech user of the two, preferring using that as opposed to pure brute force. He's equipped with a cloaking device for stealth, can transform his mohawk into throwable energy blades, a backpack that can allow him to slide up or down a wall, and will occasionally use laser blasters. Next up is the rhino, Rocksteady, a large humanoid white rhinoceros who was originally a peak human brawler when human, and as well as a Russian arms dealer and antique collector with the Russian mafia. Well, he wasn't part of it, he had connections, but eventually he became one of Pharaoh's henchmen. With his new mutation, he quickly gained new enhanced strengths which he uses with charging speed, and he is armed with knuckle dusters that are partially fused to his hands. When it comes to weapons, Rocksteady has had many different types, from hammers to sickles to blasters, but his favorite weapon is the minigun, a two-handed weapon that fires a barrage of bullets at once to rip and tear through enemies. Being bumbling idiots, Bebop and Rocksteady are still Shreddy's worst attribute though. Rocksteady can be very sick sometimes. Bebop is less accepting of his mutation since he considers himself a good-looking guy while human, and Bebop hates being called Bebop. Even then, Shredders should still consider new henchmen.
Fight!
So why did Bebop and Rocksteady win? Both teams were easily pathetic in this fight. Stupidity against stupidity, weaknesses against weaknesses, worst battles the worst. But ultimately it came down to who had the worst weaknesses. That was easy. Scratch does not carry any equipment into his task/combat whatsoever, so he was easily the first one to go. And when Scratch fell, it wasn't long before Grounder was overwhelmed as well. Bebop's equipment also outdid Grounder's by a long shot. Bebop is physically more athletic and agile than both Scratch and Grounder. And Rocksteady was easily physically stronger than Scratch and Grounder combined. It's true that Scratch and Grounder survived many things, They're always reduced to scrap metal, robot parts, or worse pretty easily, and it always requires Robotnik to fix them. So all of Robotnik's forces and all Robotnik's men couldn't put Scratch and Grounder back together again. The winner is Bebop and Rocksteady.